here is the consequences of such epistemic demands for other disciplines. So this was the, okay, let's grant Hume this type of skepticism. What will that look like in other areas here? For this a sort of case of eyewitnesses' testimony for miracle claims, Hume thinks it's unreasonable for people to defend on testimonial evidence, requiring instead direct experience. While in Hume's epistemology, uniform experience involved passive recollections of a sequence of events known to oneself and possibly one's colleagues, and no more. But such a generalization rests on too small a sample size to be legitimate. Why is that only the case? Further, one critic rightly objects, if Hume's criteria for accepting testimony as true were employed outside of miracle claims, we would probably have to dismiss the vast majority of what we believe we presently know about the past, since much of it depends on a single untested source.
There you go. And so as a much more general methodological consideration, he tells us Hume's unduly strict form of empiricism values experience over testimony, yet the vast majority of our general knowledge depends on testimony, right? The report of others' experiences, rather than our own more limited personal experience. And so granted that all eyewitness testimony is conditioned by observers' interpretations, jurors, for instance, let's say in a court situation, are expected to be able to infer significant aspects of events behind such testimonies. Without this assumption, the modern court system would collapse.
And there are jury instructions. There are the ideas that both prosecution and defense brings up to jurors to help to evaluate if a person is lying, if they're trustworthy. In 12 Angry Men, one of the main witnesses to the alleged murder, was asked to take off her glasses, and if she could see without them. You have people that whether or not a person has been convicted of a crime is sometimes argued for or thrown out against, depending on if it's germane to the situation. So trying to having this level playing field of what makes a witness credible is something that has been built into at least the Western court system since the time of probably the miracles themselves of the New Testament. So this is something that's not unheard of and completely kind of cut the legs off of even this. Well, then, unless if you are waiting for the modern advancement of perfect technology and hopefully that murder happens right in front of a camera lens, you're not going to be able to convict anybody of anything if you take kind of Hume's aspect here.